What's up everyone, V here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Yolopark Optimus Prime. Horrid Prime impression. My deepest apologies. Slash Orion Pax. Cogged bot mode from Transformers 1, a movie I've finally seen. I've been wanting to see it for so long, but I just never had the time to go to the movies to see it. But then I heard it was on Paramount Plus, so I finally got to watch it, and absolute cinema. I don't want to fully get into it like I usually do because I'm thinking about maybe making a whole separate video reviewing the movie, and I think I might do that for a lot of movies, so that way I'm not just like taking up like the first 5 minutes of like the review just talking about my thoughts on the movie, because like this is the only time I can really just share it. But I'm thinking like maybe make a separate video so I can just like blurt all about the movie. But brief thoughts: thought it was amazing, loved it so much, deeply depressed now that it underperformed, and even more deeply depressed that Hasbro's given up on funding movies now. So I'm just like, yo, we might not be getting a sequel, guys. But hopefully they take the fan reception and like audience opinions and are like, let's do it. Even if it's one that just goes straight to streaming, I don't care. Just give me a sequel, please. But yeah, also want to preface this by saying this is technically the second time I've made this video, because I recorded one before I saw the movie, and then I watched the movie the next day and was like, why am I even going to upload this video? Also, I didn't care for the video, so I was just like, why am I even bothering why am I even bothering uploading this video? Number one, I don't care for it. Number two, I haven't even seen the movie, and I was just rambling on about dumb stuff, which a lot more makes sense now that I've seen the movie. So I'm just like, I'm just going to remake it. So if I skip over some stuff, it's because I think I've already done it, but technically I haven't, because I'm thinking of a different view. But yes, this is the Yolopark. This is a non-transforming model kit. I put in quotation marks because when you think model kit, you think build it up piece by piece. He's like 90% built. Like, he comes with a little piece of paper, which this is literally all the building that you do. Like, he's pretty much pre-built. And again, not to ramble on, I'll try to make this quick, but the main reason why I bought this guy was because I got the mainline figure from the Studio Series. So not mainline, but the Studio Series. And I just wasn't the largest fan of it. And also, I'm not a fan of Cybertronian modes, because I like when it's like a real life car, even though like, even with like the cartoony ones, it's like cartoony accurate car. It's just, whenever it's like the Cybertronian mode, I don't care as much. It's just like, it's alien car. It's not a real vehicle. I don't know, it's just something weird about me. I just don't really care for them. And all these designs are like those. And I bought the Yolopark Rise the Beast figures, and I love them because for a while I just wanted like a straight up 1-to-1 like movie design, like no transformation, no nothing, just let's just try to make a 1-to-1 figure of the movie designs. And that's what I was hoping the red line would have been, if it didn't suck. I mean, the figures I got weren't bad, but like, it could have been so much better. So whenever I saw these, I was like, oh my god, this is exactly what I want. Just like, what if we just like make like a really cool action figure of like these movie designs without having to worry about transformations and all that. And ooh boy, do they deliver. I like the Rise of the Beast ones, but they had a lot of problems, which the Transformers 1 figures solve and like fix. I got the Megatron and Bumblebee also in that previous video that I recorded. I didn't even have the Megatron, so I'm like, yeah, what was I even doing there? But yeah, this guy is really cool. But before we get into Orion, freaky, we're gonna talk about the box. I feel disjointed because I'm like, I've already talked about this guy. Cooked absolutely cooked. But yeah, this is the packaging. You got this big shot of Orion. It says Optimus Prime, but he's not technically Optimus Prime. This is like premature Prime. He doesn't have the Matrix yet. He's just the cog. Spoiler alert, by the way. I might mention spoilers for the movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I'm going to become one of those guys now because I actually really like it. I liked it so much I wanted to rewatch it right after. I didn't because it was like 3 in the morning, but I might rewatch it again in the next couple days because honestly, I loved it. It was great. And I also missed the post-credit scene because I was like, where's the weird shot of Megatron looking all furiously? But yeah, I got Optimus Prime / Orion pax, AMK series 20cm model kit, cogged bot mode, Yolopark Transformers 1. That's not a thing. Transformers, and again, this beautiful shot of Orion, and a shot of the vehicle mode. Why? The Rise of the Beast figures didn't have a vehicle shot, and this figure doesn't transform, doesn't come with anything for a vehicle. Like, not even like the studio series half the time have a shot of the vehicle too. Usually it's like just a shot of the figure and it in the vehicle mode. It doesn't just have a straight up shot of the vehicle mode. So I feel like that's an odd choice, but you know, whatever. And it's Velcro-y, so it can lift up and you can see all the different parts. Of course, they're not there because I've already built them, but you got Prime again, and then shots of the figure. Then on the sides, same shots. Well, actually, that's a different shot. And then you got like a line above them. This is their cogless modes, though. Then on the back, this is really cool. I like that it has like a chart for like their height. And like this is the cogless, cogged, and this is the final form Megatron and Optimus. I think these are just straight up shots of the figures, which explains why these are cartoons, because at the time of their release, these figures are not out and complete yet. Although I have seen the prototypes and they look phenomenal, and I need them. I need them now, please. But anyway, that's the packaging. Bringing in, not Prime, bringing in Orion. This is my first ever figure of Orion pax, because, I mean, when are they ever making action figures of Orion? But yeah, he's really cool. What? Man, I'm always disjointed as hell in the videos, but like, cause I don't know, I'm probably gonna upload this one first, but I did make I recorded a video before this just with a bunch of miscellaneous Optimus Prime, so my mind's still in the miscellaneous. No, we're locking in here. But yeah, anyway, he comes with a decent amount of accessories. On him right now are his fists, whenever he just want to go bare knuckle with Megatron, or D16, because he's not technically Megatron yet. Or technically, he's battling out with Sentinel, because, like, he's not ready to fight D16 yet. But whenever he doesn't want to do that, he does have 2 grabby hands, so he wants to be like, whoa, 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 D, this isn't you. And yeah, they're nicely detailed and look pretty cool. Then he comes with one of this hand, a salute, or fingering hand, whatever you want, equally as detailed. Yeah, he only comes with one of them though, sadly, because he does come with a trigger finger hand for the gun he comes with. I put it in there because it was really tough to get in there. But yeah, fits in there pretty well. And sadly, this isn't his classic ion cannon. This is just generic gun. In the original video I made, I was like, the hell is this gun? After watching the movie, now I know it's literally just a random gun he picks up. But it is nicely detailed. I wanted to say nicely detailed, and then like, decked out in some nice paint. So I almost said nicely decked out. Whoa there, Prime. Put your cog away. But yeah, looks cool. And of course, I'm gonna put it on behind the camera because it's really, these ball joints be tight. And almost pulled my thumb. It's all right in the hand. I feel like it like clashes with a lot of things, so you can't really, you can kind of work it into like a cool like holding gun pose. But honestly, I don't think it looks the best, but you know, that's just me. So yeah, that's all of his accessories. Sadly, he doesn't come with anything else. Not that there's really much else he could come with. I kind of wish he did come with alternate faces, because you can remove his face for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just part of the model kit. But since you can, it would have been cool if he had alternate faces, kind of like Bumblebee does. But I mean, it's because he has a battle mask. But still, especially since this is such a sad looking face, like it would have been cool to have him more like smiling. Give me your face. It's a Bayverse Prime coming at him like that. They are making a Bayverse Prime, which I've pre-ordered, which looks phenomenal. It's the Age of Extinction / Last Night. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's Age of Extinction. But it also comes with Last Night parts. It's probably both, because it's the same design. But yeah, speaking of designs, I want to quickly go over just Orion's design itself from the movie, because this figure is basically one-to-one with the design in the movie. And the design in the movie, I think, is pretty cool. I love the style of this movie. I think all the designs look really cool. Orion's is alright. I don't think it's phenomenal, just because, like, all my problems with it just boil down to the fact that it's not Optimus Prime yet. Because I'm just like, he looks like, he's cool, but he just looks like a prepubescent Optimus Prime, because, well, he literally is. Like, I'm just like, man, he looks cool, but I wish the stacks were bigger, I wish these were bigger, I wish he had the, and I'm just like, wait, that's just because he's not Optimus Prime. But as just Orion pax, I still think it's a really cool design, and I like how when you get the cogless, and then the cogged, you can really see how he's, like, slowly transitioning into Prime, which I think is cool. Like, you can still see the hints of Prime, but he's not quite there yet. And, but I will say, Megatron's design in the movie, I love. Even just D16, I think, looks great. Again, my biggest complaint with it is that it's like, he looks phenomenal, but he looks like a really young Megatron, and I'm just like, well, it's because he is. So I can't wait to get those, like, proper final form Megatron and Optimus, because I love the designs, and I would love to just get their proper final forms. But as it stands, this guy's great. I think he looks really cool, and they captured the design perfectly. He also, feel-wise, feels really good. Like, he doesn't have, like, he does have that model kit feel where it's like it's all just hard plastic, but, like, I'm not afraid he's gonna fall apart at, like, the wind hitting him, because I've owned some Gundam model kits in the past, and I have broke some. And yeah, it's like, they're cool, but it's also terrifying to move them, because I'm like, oh, I'm terrified to break it. But I think since he's, like, mostly pre-built, he does feel a bit sturdier, which is nice. Like, he's a model kit, but he doesn't have that, like, model kit feel. Although, if you do love just straight-up building, you will be disappointed by this guy. But yeah, he's still really cool. Again, not too many accessories. Wish he could have come with a middle finger hand to recreate that phenomenal scene where he's like, hey, Darkwing! And then just, like, flips him off. I can't believe they actually made the Optimus Prime putting up the middle finger canon in a Transformers movie. That was phenomenal. Also, again, while we're at it, Chris Hemsworth was honestly phenomenal in the movie. I wasn't like, I was worried because I was like, oh, anytime I hear someone other than Peter Cullen, I'm like, they're not that good. But like, he was actually surprisingly really good. Again, probably because it's Orion. But even in the end, when he became Prime, there were some points where I'm like, oh, he's trying to be Peter Cullen and he's not quite hitting it, because it's like, no one else can hit it but Peter Cullen. But I'm like, he's still doing a really good job. Anyway, let's take a look at the figure, because this figure looks beautiful. The head sculpt is really cool. Again, I kind of wish he came with a more happy face, because he just looks really sad. This looks like him seeing, like, right after D just shot him in the chest, and he's just like, what the hell, bro? But beyond that, it still looks really cool, and the head sculpt looks nice. His face, since it's separate, does, I feel like, come out a bit too far past these guards, which is my only real complaint there. But beyond that, everything else looks really cool. You got the little windshield there. They got the yellow belt buckle thingy. These are a little misaligned for some reason. They are on ball joints. I don't know why they're not aligned right. I think that's probably just my copy. And like, the paint job is beautiful, because bringing in this guy, my biggest complaint was like how dull his colors are, and this guy makes up for that, because the silver, honestly, all the colors, he's got bright red, bright blue, silver's looking very much silver, not that horrid gray plastic, but it looks cool. Also like the touch of the silver on the forearms, because like someone I saw like make a comment saying like it blends with the different, like the red up here, the silver here, and then like the blue down here, which is really cool. And overall, he's just beautifully detailed. Like, this design just looks so good, honestly. And then the back, he's got a little spine going there. And then the legs, which look really cool. Again, it's just some like bolts and stuff. It's D looking literally just right out the movie. Don't gotta worry about no kibble or anything. Like, yeah, he looks good, and I think those are lights there. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. That's not. Did I say D? That's Orion. Oh, can you tell it's like 2 in the morning when I'm recording this? My God. Oh, that's bad. And one thing I was worried about with this guy is that the Rise of the Beast figures, they were like a little loose in a lot of areas. Like, this is very loose. I feel like this is a bit too loose, but like, they've improved heavily since then, because this guy, he's tight. Like, some of the joints I feel like are a little too tight. Like, it's on all of them, because like D, I feel like that's gonna snap with how tight it is, which I prefer, because my God, I have a Scourge, his legs here loose as hell. I don't even think you'd be able to get him to stand. Like, that's how bad he is. So yeah, speaking of joints, articulation wise, he has a dumbbell joint at the dumbbell. No, I think it's just a ball joint, which is really stiff, but you can do all the movement. Rotation, and it can move up that far. This also moves up out of the way as well. But if you move it too much, it might kind of start untabbing things. So be careful there. He also has like a little ball joint, extra ball joint to get a vague butterfly, bicep, double jointed elbow, and then a ball joint at the wrist. You got a ball joint up here and then a ball joint down here, so you can crunch that far, arch back, not too phenomenally, and kind of rotate. These are on ball joints, which get out of the way of the kick. Can kind of actually kick far back pretty well, because I mean, he's a robot, so it's not like Prime's got cake. He's a little flat back there, sadly. We can do the splits beautifully well. Thigh rotation, double jointed knee. And whenever you do it, this piece, like, goes in, which is cool. I feel like, is it them? Is it all of them? I feel like they all have some slight movement. Maybe it's more on the Rise of the Beast figures, but they all kind of have like some cool little movement like that, which is cool. Then a ball joint at the ankle and a toe. A little hindered by this, but still pretty cool. So yeah, he's got some beautiful articulation, which is nice. Like, this is literally everything that I was wanting. I was like, Marvel Legends-esque articulation on just a straight up one-to-one design for the movie, no transformations. Because honestly, some of these recent Studio Series transformations have just been hell. Like, they're just so miserable that, like, the one, I think it's Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, the transformation was so miserable, I don't even want to touch the figure anymore because it was just not fun. And it's like, a lot of them have just been too finicky, so I'm just like, at this point, I just want a cool figure of the robot, which this is. And speaking of the robot, how big is the robot? Time to find out. Comparison time. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends. Here is the previous review. Deadpool, another peak movie. Peak movie standing side by side right there. And for a Black Series, here he is next to Papa Palpatine. As you can see, he towers above both of them. Probably not to the height that he would, but still. And if you want to know how big he is next to some actual Transformers figures, here he is next to a deluxe. And whatever the hell this scale, I think Commander class, but like, he's basically leader class size. I think he's just Commander class because of the trailer. Optimus Prime, so he does get a bit of height even on the big boys. But what about the 7-inch boys? Here he is next to the Jazzwares Halo 3 Master Chief and McFarlane DC Black Manta. And very few figures actually top these guys in height, so A, he's just Prime. Well, he's not Prime yet, but he was always Prime deep down in this park. This is me trying to be philosophical. Anyway, here he is next to, actually, Optimus Prime. And finally, here he is next to his fellow Transformers 1 counterparts, Bumblebee and D16. They look great together. And, yeah, definitely going to be reviewing those two. I think out of the three, I would say he's my least favorite, just because I prefer these two designs. And they're all equally as awesome figures. But I think Megatron is my favorite, and I can't wait to get the Optimus and Megatron of these two, because these two are great. And I love Megatron's design in this movie so much. It's so good. But yeah, low-key, might have started tearing up whenever I saw these two going at each other, because like, they did such a good job of showing their friendship in the beginning that like, it's one of those where it's like, you know, he's gonna end up becoming evil and going against each other, but like, you're hoping that it doesn't happen. So seeing them like become enemies was legitimately heartbreaking. But yeah, they just look so good together. But yeah, can recreate the many beautiful scenes of them, like when he shoots him in the chest and when then he drops his body and says, "I'm done saving you." You know, such fun for the whole family. Yeah, hopefully we get more from this line. There is an Alita. I didn't buy it because I bought these figures before seeing the movie, because I was like, I'm probably gonna like the movie, so I want to have figures from the movie after. And I might buy her. It's just because I have a personal connection to those three characters, but this is the first thing I've ever seen Alita in, so I'm not like as like attached to her character, but I probably will buy her because she is pretty cool in the movie. And I hope we get more. I hope we get a Shockwave, Soundwave, Starscream. Hope we get a Sentinel so we can recreate that phenomenal scene of him getting violently ripped in half. But yeah, anyway, I've been rambling. Do I recommend this guy? Hell yeah. If you're like me, why'd that start off like one of those like prescription ads? If you're like me, yeah, if you're like me and just just want like a really cool 1-to-1 version of this, like, of these designs, this is 100% worth it. Like, again, this is everything the red line should have been. This is a solid 9 out of 10 in my books. Like, I really don't have any complaints besides he holds the gun very awkwardly. But even then, like, I don't care. Like, 9 times out of 10, unless they, like, I barely have accessories with figures. Unless it's, like, attached to them. So, like, I probably would have never had him with the gun to begin with. But yeah, he's awesome. He looks great. He feels great. Poses great. He's just Prime. Whew. Cringe just saying that. Anyway, like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. Gonna try to implement more Transformers on the channel, because I've been on a Transformers kick, and I've realized that even though I've still bought a lot of them, I don't make a lot of reviews on them, because they're a lot of work with all the transformations. But I'm definitely gonna do I'm definitely gonna do Bumblebee and D from this line as well, and maybe do some of the Rise of the Beast ones if I feel like it. But yeah. Also follow my Instagram, Moonetics, so you can talk to me there. See what I'm up to. If I don't post for like 3 weeks on YouTube, check out the Instagram, because I probably posted there. And yeah, that's about it. Again, also, probably will be making a full-on review of Transformers 1, so watch out for that. I might watch it again before making the review, just because I want to get my thoughts together, and also because that movie's really good. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you had a wonderful day, and we can actually do it, because he has the hand. If I can, I'm not even gonna risk knocking the camera over. We can do the, peace out.